Hello, I'm Joe Brodnik, and I'm out here with Silke Markowski, my partner. And Silke co-founded the Taos Waldorf School and has been a Waldorf educator for over 30 years, and recently began a program called Taos Earth Children that is a kindergarten that is entirely outdoors, with no building whatsoever, and I am her assistant at that school. And so we're out here to discuss a little bit the particulars of outdoor education and the impact that it has on children. And so Silke, I want to start with this question that I am now comfortable being outside in environments like this, or forests and various places, with a group of 10 children, something in that range. And if I were totally alone with 10 children out here, I would feel very comfortable. But the minute I think about having 10 children in my care in an indoor space, I immediately feel some anxiety around that. And I'm curious what you might have to say about that.
Well, thank you, Joe. I have worked in classrooms for 30 years, and in that setting, you have to create your surroundings, and you have to create the surroundings in a way that it's functional to meet all children of all different types, meaning the child that's hyperactive, meaning the child that's really mellow. And when we come out to nature gives us that playground already. It creates that classroom. Like we have our cacti, they meet those children that are more fierce and they need to be a little bit reeled in the rocks, the boulders. And then we have the trees, and we have the gentle grasses. And nature in itself provides a ground that is an optimal learning environment. And in that, the children are actually at their best behaviors. So you're actually not having to deal with behavior challenges in the way that you would have in a classroom. The classroom would probably bring you, even as an adult, some anxiety, because you could foresee that there is perhaps challenges that you have to deal with, and you might question whether you always have the skills to do that. And in nature, knowing you and knowing how you walk in nature, this pretty secure, confident, the children, they pick up on that confidence of yours, and they know that you are pretty aware of where you step, where you take them. They trust that you take them to a place that's safe. At the same time, you're not going to remove every cacti that's in the way. You're not going to hold hands with all 10 children when they have to jump down from a big boulder. And so you're trusting that the children, by following you, they can be safe. In the classroom, you're constricted. So are the children. And so it creates challenges that are very much part of our modern society, that we see all the learning difficulties and the learning challenges, like attention deficit disorder. They are arising in sterile environments where also adults are feeling the anxiety in themselves. And so these anxieties are taken away, and nature absorbs a lot of the things that the children bring with from their home lives. Nature can absorb it to the point of welcome. It's like the children feel this open arm of the mother, and it's real. And we in New Mexico, we have the skies above, the sun is shining most of the time. Last year we had one time a snowstorm or a storm move in, but we, in the sun, this representation of a loving father is always there. I mean, there is an incredible beauty and feeling of we can be at our very best out here.
Is it, okay, the way you say that makes me think, something like this, and I'd like to hear if, correct me if I'm wrong, but I hear you saying something like, when we're outside, it's like each one of us, the children and the adults, have a direct relationship with the environment that holds us in a way. Whereas when we're inside, there is more of a need for the adult or the teacher to kind of create or manufacture an environment that is safe and engaging for each child, and that maybe some of the anxiety that I might feel with a larger group of kids is that I feel like, wow, I can't manage 10 children's experience at any given time. I can maybe do that for 2 or 3, but when we're outside, that's mitigated because most of the children have a direct engagement, and therefore I only need to attend to 1, 2, 3 children at any given moment, and at least I experienced that a lot in there. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that resonates. That is true.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are freed up as a teacher. It's like you can look at your tree behind you is literally your teacher assistant out there. In the classroom, you rely on another assistant. If you had 10 children at 4 to 6 year old children, you have another assistant. That assistant oftentimes has to be there for the child that has a hard time integrating. We don't see that in the outdoor kindergarten. We don't have this one child that is not able to fit in. And if a child is wanting to be more on their own, oftentimes you will find them in a tree. In that moment, you can actually see this child has the support from this tree and doesn't feel alone, can hug the branches and feel held. And also we haven't had really any accidents. Our children are pretty strong, and they're willing to explore in ways that they couldn't explore in the classroom. So the child that is really having a hard time and is ready to explode and wants to just like throw something down or has an outburst in the outdoor setting, that child will climb to your maybe a big rock and jump down, or maybe it will climb up into the tree and it can challenge itself. And the challenge of like something arising within the being that is like, oh, everything is too big, the world, like it takes in the maybe the stimulation from all the other kids. All of a sudden they all stream in on the child that has these difficulties. And out in nature, it's like you don't have to take that on. You can go and bring it to this tree. And children do this intuitively. It's not that we as teachers tell them. And so we don't see the problems that you see in a classroom. And then as a teacher, you feel supported yourself.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I think maybe just for time's sake, that felt like a wonderful little conversation. Do you feel like you have anything else critical to say?
I just have to say that I feel like I'm, as a teacher, renewed. I feel I have a life force streaming through me that at the age of 52, I'm like, okay, bring it on. We can do this. It's beautiful. And nature is here for us. She's waiting. And the children are not troublemakers. Children are just beautiful beings that are in tune with nature. And we have to trust. We have to just simply trust. And it's okay to have it be easy.
Yeah, well, thank you. And for anyone who has maybe caught this video, I'd really love to ask you to leave a comment or let us know if this is meaningful, because Silke and I are exploring the idea of maybe doing this kind of talk on occasion to help spread some of the ideas around outdoor education. And so thanks for watching, and thank you, Silke.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.